There's a rabbit right here. What are you doing, buddy? Come and join me for a night ride. I do a city ride tonight. I go in my neighborhood and I go through High Park, and I do a little chat, little politics. I show you some background history on some houses, a house that I worked on, and yeah, very warm night in Toronto, very, very warm, and it's a nice relaxing night. If you want to come along for the ride, by all means, give it a watch. Stay tuned. So your buddy Mark Carney's getting a lot of kickback or flack with regards to his proposed bailout of the Vancouver condo market, for good cause, for good reason. I'm gonna liken it, I'm gonna put it like this. The way I look at Mark Carney's rise to Prime Minister, his Prime Ministership in Canada, is like a hostile takeover of a corporation. He was ushered in to be the corporate raider, to be the hatchet man, to do the nefarious bidding of his overlords. And it's no different than a CEO of a company going in and hostily taking over another company. But he's doing it at the expense of Canadian taxpayers. He is doing it, well, what that encompasses, or what that incorporates, is travel, meals, security, everything that goes with being a prime minister. But he's not being a prime minister, he's being a corporate raider. He's been put in place to enrich him and his handlers, and everyone knows this. I've said it a million times, but that's the best analogy I can make. Is he is traveling the world as the head of a large corporation, and he is getting huge amounts and sophisticated security keeping him alive, protecting him. And based on the Pride Parade, they're not doing a very good job, but they are making a ton of money doing it nonetheless. Those top RCMP officers are very high paid, they're very high trained. They train with special forces, they learn all sorts of counterintelligence techniques, crowd control techniques, what to look for. They are very, very well trained. And when someone's well trained, it means a lot of money has been spent to get them to that level. And he is not benefiting the country. He has been put at the head of the largest corporation in Canada that has global influence and worldwide reach. And we, the taxpayer, are paying for that. And he is smirking and laughing all the way to his offshore accounts, his shell companies, his straw men. He is smirking at every opportunity because he doesn't go to question period. He's only been there 36 times out of 136 times. So he knows he doesn't have to answer questions there. And he just, every time that the heat starts coming on him, he just adjourns Parliament. Our system, our parliamentary system, is a complete joke. It's a travesty. It is geared for corruption. And the liberal, or the Liberanos, the mafia organization that they are, know all the dirty tricks. They have figured out, they've turned the loopholes in our system into a fine science. And the everyday Canadian is living through a nightmare. People have just come accustomed to the inflated cost of everything. They have given up to a high degree, and I guess people are making so much money, it's not really affecting them. I don't know what it is, but it's all going to come crashing down soon. This house of cards is going to come crashing down, and I've said that, and a lot of people know it. And for the people that you know, live in a bubble, and there are millions and millions of people in Canada that live in a bubble, for those people, they obviously they're going to have a rude awakening, but it's very depressing, for lack of a better word, knowing that millions of people in this country only fend for themselves. And when I'm saying themselves, I don't even mean their family. It's literally themselves, and they don't care. They don't care because maybe they're boomers, maybe they're at the end of their life cycle, and you know, they have equity in their house they can fall back on, and they're going to be okay for the next 10 years, let's say. But for everyone else, it's going to be a very bleak future, especially for the young people. Like my age, 56, hey, I know tough times are ahead. Am I living through tough times now? Nah, not really, but it is depressing. I can say that. It is very disheartening from what I see and what I know. So, you know, we need change. We need Pierre Poilievre to step it up, and he has been. To his defense, Pierre Poilievre has been stepping it up, and he is being far more aggressive the last little while, for sure. Just trying to do the video and stay alive on these city streets. It's okay, buddy. It's okay, man. That looked like Richard Ramirez, the Night Stalker. I'm not even joking. That could have been Richard Ramirez reincarnated as the Toronto Night Stalker. That's going to conclude my ride. I'll put all the riding footage at the end of this video. Got any questions, comments, you know what to do. Put it in the comment section, and to a very high degree, high percentage, I will get back to you. Thanks for watching. What's up, brother? Probably think I'm a cop. What's up, brother?
I'm going running.
Nice bike. Oh, yeah, that's a good bike. Nice bike. A400? Yeah. Nice. How you doing, man? Nice. Good, buddy. This guy says he's still learning. It's a pretty big bike, 400. 4-stroke enduro. This is Toronto for you. Okay, see ya, brother. Sorry, bro. It's okay, man. Tuesday evening in Toronto. It's June 30th. It's the eve of Canada Day, July 1st, which is a holiday, I believe, across Canada, but certainly in Ontario. And I'm just out for a night ride. It's 8 p.m. Just gonna go through the hood a little bit in this ride. Maybe not so many parks, and maybe some more surface streets. But I'm just at Jane and Eglinton right now, and I'm gonna do a lap of Topham Pond, which is on the southeast corner of Jane and Eglinton. So it's over there, Topham Pond. Now, the pond is named after Frederick Topham, which is a World War II Victoria Cross recipient, and I've been to his grave many times. And I did a video, a reacquaintance video a couple videos ago. So yeah, it's just a nice little trail around the pond. I'm gonna go in, zip out, and continue the ride. Now these bike lanes are next level. This is going east on Eglinton. Going into Eglinton Flats Park. And it's busy down here because they have tennis courts and soccer pitches. Quite a few tennis courts. So you can see the parking lot's jammed. Holy shit, I'd say. Just gotta give them the old head nod. Kind of letting them know that I'm not the popo. Whether they believe the head nod or not is not really too much of a concern to me. It's a short little track around the pond. Like a big party spot in the parking lot tonight. What are you catching? What'd you catch?
Like a cob.
What's a cob?
Like a bottom fishing.
Yeah, yeah.
Fish in the bottom.
Oh, yeah.
It says sunfish in there too.
How big was the fish? Well, you can't eat them.
Yeah.
No. Yeah.
Too small.
You heading home now?
No, I'm gonna try a different spot.
Nah, boy. Don't give up. See ya, man. There's actually quite a few people fishing down here. Nice Asian kid, eh? Polite, man. A lot of people fishing here. I'm surprised. I believe... Oh, you know what I think it is, too? I'm not sure if it's... I'm pretty sure tomorrow you can fish without a license. On July 1st, Canada Day, I'm pretty sure. So maybe it applies for tonight as well. I don't know. Don't matter anyways, whatever. You're not eating anything out of here unless you're really destitute. Did I also mention that it's 32 or 33 degrees? It's a friggin' heat wave. Hot in Toronto tonight and today. Very hot. I'm more of a cool climate type guy. I don't like the heat. I prefer cold. I prefer extreme colds over extreme heat. Like I would prefer a minus 30 environment as opposed to a plus 30 environment. As long as you have the right equipment, everything is good. So that's pretty much the perimeter of Frederick Topham Pond. Not very big, but it's nice to well, it's nice of them to name a pond after a Victoria Cross recipient. These are nice quartz. So that concludes Eglinton Flats Park and Frederick Topham Pond, BC. Let's go east on Eglinton. Where they're making this is where they're making the west extension for the Eglinton Crosstown LRT. That might be done in my lifetime, I don't know. So straight ahead over there is the Mount Dennis LRT station, GO station, and I believe it opened in January or February, and believe it or not, I was on the second paying train ever. I went for the grand opening and I did a video, but the video didn't turn out that well. It was very very uninteresting, I thought, so I never published it. But yeah, I was on the second train ever of the Eglinton Crosstown, and I was impressed with it. I've only been on it once. That's the only time I've been on it. I haven't been back on it since. But that building is the old Eastman Kodak building that was refurbished into the station. I should publish that video really, because I got a good tour of all inside the station. But yeah, I didn't. Just going west on Black Creek Drive, coming up to Weston Road and Alliance. Roads are demolished. Black Creek flood control channel, the deepest part, I do believe. Riding a little faster tonight because of the heat. I want to kind of have a cool breeze. These are what's known as the Humber buildings. Toronto community housing buildings. There's been a lot of crime in there over the years, a lot of homicides. It's a pretty sketchy complex. Now this school here is a Catholic school now, but back in the day it was York Humber High School, and I had a lot of my friends went here. A lot of my friends that I'm still friends with to this day went to this school. And once I get to the top of this hill, we'll go over a little bit of its history. This school looks like a prison. So back in the day, like I said, this was York Humber High School, and I came down, you know, whenever I had some time, but the odd time I came down here to visit my buddies. I'd drive my car over from my high school and I'd come down here, and yeah, it was another level. This high school, arguably, in my estimation, back in the day, was the toughest high school in all of Toronto. This school was violent, a violent school. Like, it's, you know, people that live James Finch area, people that live around the Jungle, Bathurst and Eglinton, people that live downtown, they might have their opinions that one of their high schools down there was the toughest in the city, but I'm pretty convinced this high school was the toughest in the city. A lot of violent things happened here. I don't know of any homicides. I can't recall of any homicides, but a lot of close homicides. A lot of my friends got into fights down here. A lot of my friends got into very violent fights in high school. I never got into one high school fight in high school. Now, that's not saying I didn't fight while I was in high school. I just never got into a fight at high school. My very first day of grade 9, I almost got into a fight with a guy named Dario. The very first day in gym class, he tried to trip me coming across the field. And we almost started throwing, and we didn't. And then we became good friends all through high school, and we hung out, and he was a good guy. But yeah, I fought a lot during my high school years, but not there. But a lot of my friends actually had violent fist fights in here. People were stabbed in here. People were beaten with all sorts of different objects. Guns were pulled. Shots were fired for sure. And something I just noticed over here. There is a trail system that comes through here and goes up there. I'm gonna go check that out. I didn't know this even existed. Now I'm just trying to think where it would go. Well, let's go find out. It's all uphill, except for this part. Well, there's a guy coming down the hill. big hill. It is a steep hill. Oh, but it's only a short hill. Where does this go? What the hell is this? Huh. Well, this is one laneway. I can honestly say I've never been in. Ever have I been in this laneway. Wow. Dumping their garbage here. Tires. Well, I know where I am. I know what street this is. I didn't know this laneway went in behind here. So now I'm gonna turn around. Oh, hold on a second here. Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay, so if I went the other way on that laneway, that's Weston Road up there, straight ahead. Way up there is Weston Road. Okay. Huh. Oh yeah, Cayuga Park, okay. Huh, wow. If I've ever been up here, I haven't been up here since I was a kid. I can't recall. What we got going on over here? Look at these little attached bungalows here. It's got to be a dead end, right? Doing a little exploring with Dewey Roams tonight. Well, we usually do that, but usually I go to a place where I've been before. I can honestly say I've never been down this dead end street. Wow, look at these houses. Look at these little houses, look like little cottages. The street doesn't get too much action. That guy's giving me the cut eye. Yeah, keep giving me the cut eye, buddy. You'll be okay. Back in the day, this would be considered a lower income neighborhood. Like you'd own a house here, but it'd be like my neighborhood where I grew up. Like we owned a house, my family owned a house, but it was a very small bungalow, and you know, we were lower. We were probably upper lower class, I guess you'd call it, or lower middle class. We never went hungry or anything like that. But yeah, this was a very affordable neighborhood back in the day. Now, even in the most crime-riddled neighborhood in the city, people can't afford it to buy houses. Young people. This is Hillborn Avenue. Now, Hillborn Avenue, to the right, we used to call it the SS Hill because the hill is like an S. I'll show you that because I'm going to go down it. It's a very steep, windy road. But to the left, well, hold on. To the left, it's still Hillborn, right? No, it's McCormick Street. Sorry, yeah, that's right. So Hillborn stops there. McCormick Street starts right here. And up here were auto wreckers, and I think there's still a couple there. Boston Auto Wreckers is up here. So it's the type of place you'd go in and you'd try to scour for a part for your muscle car, your old car, whatever. And yeah, so we used to go in there because we all had old cars, and you know, we couldn't afford to always go to performance improvements and whatnot. So I know the area quite well. This asshole wants to pass me. In a big rush to go to his whatever fucking goofball flag that is. Watch his goofball soccer game. Let's take a little tour up the Lavender Creek Trail. Holy, it's nice and cool through here. Really cool. Wow, that's insane how you get such a a blast of cool air there. That's cool. Pardon the pun. And there's always a ton of bugs here. There's a rabbit right here. What are you doing, buddy? That was a fair size one. When I say that, it was, you know, still obviously small compared to other rabbits in other regions of the country, but as far as a Toronto rabbit goes, they don't get much bigger than that. One of my viewers some time back sent me a link for a video. They live in Comox, British Columbia on Vancouver Island. And on one of their, like out west, they have a big mountain bike scene, big mountain bike community. Like we do in Ontario as well, but much bigger out there because they have the trails. They have the natural topography, geography for mountain biking. And she sent me the video, and it was someone putting in booby traps into these trails. And they were like those triangle spikes. So if you run over them on your mountain bike, it'll shred your tire. And you know, not only your mountain bike tire or whatever bike you're on, but even for pets and for kids, like they're very dangerous. So, you know, I don't know what type of person does that, but obviously someone that is a psychopath with severe mental health issues. But you know, it's something that you have to have in the back of your mind too when you're riding trails, that someone could sabotage the trail with something like that, with line, steel line, fishing line. Been many recorded cases of that. Just wanted to throw that in there. When you're out on the trails, watch your surroundings. Be aware there could be booby traps, and keep an eye on your pets. Just coming through the stockyards area of Toronto, very old part of Toronto. My old hood. Didn't live here, but spent a lot of time here as a kid, and lived close enough to smell it on a night like tonight. Like back when I was a kid, you wouldn't catch me riding my bike through here. The smell would be, it would knock the buzzard off a shit wagon at 100 yards. The smell was something. You would smell the stockyards from miles, kilometers and kilometers away on a hot night like tonight. It was brutal. And in front of me is the old incinerator building, and so they used to burn garbage here. So you have the stockyards burning garbage. This place used to be it still might be yeah, it still is. It's still a place where they tan hides, cattle hides. So the smell coming off there, it's not as bad as it used to be for sure, but brutal smells around here. Look at these roads. Oh man, like where are we? Seriously, what country are we in? Are we in a developed Western nation? It would appear that we're not. And they have some microbreweries here. Bait shop. You got Reinhard there, and you got this used to be Badlands Brewery. I don't know if it still is. Right here, little microbrewery. I've been in there many times. Dave's the owner, but now I haven't drank for 2.5 years. Those days are over. But I used to go to all these locations. Every location in my area for sure. I was a frequent flyer. Just coming up to St. Clair Avenue in the Stockyards area near George Bell Arena. To my right would be Runnymede Road, and to my left would be Weston Road. Kiel, actually. Kiel starts there. And all through here used to be the Stockyards. Now it's all residential. To my right is George Ballerina. I played hockey there. And right at the far end there, Stockyards Boxing and Fitness, owned by my friend Richard Soucy. Richard Soucy is the owner and one of the trainers for Stockyard Boxing. And he actually was a pro fighter. And he fought Hector Macho Camacho, the Macho Man, the boxer, not the wrestler, back in the late 80s, early 90s. Put up a good fight, but I think it was a referee stoppage due to injury, if I memory serves me correctly. But yeah, he gave Macho all he can handle. There's a guy living in this Winnebago here. He's got his generator running to keep his air conditioning going. Looks like he's got some windows knocked out of it. Driving school ahead of me. Don't hit me. Don't hit me. So as you can see, you know, it still has remnants of industrial landscape. And you know, all of this, bear in mind, I can't stress this enough, all of this was part of the stockyards at one time, all this land. So you had, you know, you had stalls for pigs, for cattle, chickens, and that's where Toronto gets its name, Hogtown, because we had a large pork processing industry here. And a lot of rail around here because of all the industry. You know, back in the day there wasn't trucks and a network of transportation like they have now, so a lot of product and everything was shipped by train, by rail. And I'll show you something down here in the Rona parking lot. Big box store. If you don't know what Rona is, it's one of the worst big box stores in my opinion. There's a copper tube parked back here just chilling out. So directly ahead of me is a turntable for locomotives. So they left this when they repurposed this area. Oh, they put a nice wood fence along here now too. So this here, a locomotive would come on there and it would get spun around. Turntable, there's two of them. There's one here. And there's one over there. I think there's two. Or you could put two locomotives on it. I don't know if they two locomotives sounds like it's a heavy endeavor. But yeah, that's original to the area. I just noticed another surveillance system back here. Yeah, you got these everywhere now, these things. Everywhere. Wow, look at these landscapers working this late. 8:30. 8:30 at night and these guys are still working. Pass me, buddy, or what? Guy from Texas, he got Texas plates. I guess they don't teach him how to drive in Texas. Or he doesn't want to run a Canadian over and get a vehicular manslaughter charge on Canadian soil. God bless him. So this is Keele Street. I'm gonna go south on Keele. almost on Annette Street. Going south on High Park Road. This road here is completely demolished. And this road's been demolished for many years. Some big old houses on High Park Avenue, I should say. I think I said road. One night I was riding through here on my BMX with my friend at night. And I was probably around 12 or 13 years old. Yes, I know. Why wasn't I at home? Well, back in the day it was a little different. Maybe at the oldest I was 14, but I think I was around 12 or 13. And me and my friend were screwing around. We were playing with each other. We were riding erratically and cutting each other off, just horsing around. And this guy on a Tour de France bike came up, a full-grown man, an adult man. And he pulled in front of me, locked up his brakes, and he stopped me. And he didn't like the way we were riding our BMXs. So I can't exactly remember what I said to him, but he open slapped me right in the mouth, hard as he could. And the guy was 6 feet tall. He was a big guy, but he wasn't like wasn't muscular or built, but he was at least 6 feet tall. And he smacked me right in the mouth, hard as he could. Barely even phased me, number one, because at that point in my life, I've already been in lots of fights. And anyhow, but I was a 12 or 13-year-old, and he was like in his mid-20s. So I didn't throw down with him. To be honest with you, I was shocked. I was stunned. And obviously this guy, he had a bit of an anger management issue, but hey, what are you gonna do? The memory or the negative effects of that didn't stick with me long, believe it or not, but I do remember it. Now you're thinking, did I learn a lesson from that? No? No, I think right after the smack, we just continued doing the same thing we were doing. we were pretty wild bunch back in the day. Like I'm sure I said, I can't remember what I said to him. I'm sure it was, it wasn't pleasant. And did I deserve a smack in the face? Maybe I did. I don't know. But it didn't faze me much. My mother hit harder than him. Yuppie Karen bitches were yuppie Karen bitches 40 years ago, 45 years ago too. They're still the same. Liberal Karen bitches. So, do we take a ride through High Park tonight? Do I show you my least favorite park again? Let's take a cruise through. Time is 8:38, just crossing Bloor Street West. It's actually quite cool here. This park is going to be extremely busy. Very cool in here. Getting close to the lake, and Grenadier Pond's very close. Got some really good baseball diamonds over there. High Park Braves play out of there. Very competitive team in Ontario, minor league team, like kids. I have two of my friends that played for the High Park Braves. One year they went to the Little League World Series. They didn't win. That guy on that Tour de France bike is doing, I would say, at least 50K. They do it effortlessly. I always get a kick out of it when I catch up to them. They hate guys on e-bikes, and the feeling's mutual because I hate those guys too. This is a racetrack for Tour de France bikes. Very cool through here. Nice, very nice. Straight ahead to my left now, when I pass it, is the infamous High Park washrooms that were synonymous or infamous, like I said, for homosexual activity back in the 80s and 90s. And they have since been monitored a lot more stringently. So it's the homosexual activity's been curtailed. I doubt it's been completely stopped, but I did a video on it in the winter. I'll put that video at the end of this video if you want to watch my my video on the High Park homosexual rendezvous washrooms. I got a story with a guy that I used to work for that I seen there one night as I was driving my car through here coming back from hockey. I used to live in High Park, and I used to take this as a shortcut, the homeless encampment here. I don't understand that location there, but I don't know what the reasoning is there. What an eyesore. I'm gonna skirt the southern perimeter of High Park. The southern portion of Grenadier Pond is going to be to my right. Yeah, everyone's out fishing. They must be out because of the no fishing license. But if you're, I believe, under 16 years old, you don't need a fishing license either. Pretty nice view here. Doesn't get much better view in Toronto, that's for sure. Pretty swanky, eh? Our lone duck out there. Just at the Queensway and Ellis Park Drive. guy is in shape. He can make, look at this idiot. So to my right, there's a very unique house here. And I'm gonna get up close and show you. So this house here is right on Catfish Pond. It's not on Grenadier Pond, it's Catfish Pond. And I don't know if you can see it very well, but it's got a 2 or 3 tiered balcony deck. It's got a walkout basement, 2nd and 3rd story. Now, I've done work on this house. People that don't know, I am a little bit handy. So this gangplank, walkway, whatever you want to call it, dock, bridge, me and my work partner, I would say, oh man, it's over 10 years ago. We completely disassembled this entire porch system. We put a new flat roof on there. We put new tongue and groove underneath. We put the pot lights in, and I disassembled the entire railing system, painted it, sanded it, fixed it, repaired it, and I do believe this is mine and my partner's repair from over 10 years ago. I don't think it's been done since. And the person that owned this house was Jackie Blanchard. Now, her daughter, I believe, is named Rachel Blanchard, and she's an actress, a Canadian actress. She was on some TV shows in Canada, and she was on the movie Snakes on a Plane, I believe, with what's his name, Samuel L. Jackson. And apparently, when she got some money being a Canadian actress, Rachel Blanchard, I believe that's her name, she came into some money at the age of 21, and she bought her mother this house at the age of 21. Now, that was what number was that? Let me see. That was number 86. Now, right next door to it is number 90. I don't know how that works, but whatever. So this house here, it's 2 houses. You got number 90 and I believe number 92. Now, not this one, but the one beside it. Andrea Martin owned it. I don't know if she still owns it, but Andrea Martin lived in that house from SCTV fame. And I never met Andrea Martin, but she was living there when we were doing work on 86. So there's, well, Andrea Martin's quite famous in Canada. And, you know, a lot of people throughout the world know SCTV. It was, you know, a sketch comedy show, like similar to Saturday Night Live, but only better in a lot of cases. A lot of huge actors came out of Second City. John Candy, Andrea Martin, Eugene Levy, Dave Thomas, Rick Moranis, Catherine O'Hara, who else? Martin Short. I can't think of all of them, but that's Dan Aykroyd. I think, was Dan Aykroyd part of SCTV for a while? I'm not sure. I'm sure I'm missing a lot, but yeah, it's a very nice hood. Now, up to my right, there's back behind these houses here, there's an exclusive enclave up this road here that overlooks Grenadier Pond. Beautiful. And Moses Znaimer, as far as I know, still lives up there, the old owner of City TV. And Jim McKenney from City TV News. He was a sportscaster and an NHL player. He lived up there. I don't know if he still does. I knew his son quite well. Son was an interesting character, Jason McKenney. I don't know where he is at these days, but he had some troubles in his life. But good guy, tough guy too. He was a good street fighter. I hung with him quite a bit, and well, not quite a bit, but a few times we got in some mix-ups together, not with each other, but with other people. Tough kid. I believe he was a couple years younger than me. Now, if I make a right down Ellis Park Road, if I go down there, Commander Chris Hatfield, Canadian astronaut, lived down there. I don't know if he still does. I've talked about that in my video before, but I'm not going down that hill. All sorts of people of notoriety live around here. David Miller, the old former mayor of Toronto, lived around here somewhere, one of these streets. We're coming into Bloor West Village. Nice enclave, like, I shouldn't say enclave, but nice nice neighborhood. Well sought after if you're looking for real estate. Prices of these houses are, no, you couldn't get into one of these houses for a minimum $1.5 million minimum. That'd be a complete gut. Yeah, back up into reality, the warm air. It's like having a hair dryer in your face. It's not so bad on the bike, I shouldn't say that, but when you stop, it's warm. And again, more demolished roads. Mayor Chow too busy getting sprayed with unknown substances down at the Pride Parade with her goofball buddy Mark Carney. Him and his security getting sprayed with whatever the crowd's spraying them with. Unbelievable. Can you imagine that? Head of state, prime minister of a G7 country, ginking around at a Pride Parade, getting sprayed with what could have been anything. Could have been sulfuric acid, could have been whatever. Could have been biohazard material, who knows? And he was completely covered in it, and he was begging for more. People are talking about the parade that happened on Sunday, just passed. Today is Tuesday, and they were saying that you know, people, men, walking around full frontal nudity right down wherever that gearbox parade was, and you know, it's completely illegal to do that, and the cops are just all standing around doing nothing, collecting their overtime pay, acting like the useless idiots that they are, watching these weirdo, mentally ill men flash their junk to children. People bringing their children down to that to watch it. Child abuse. Anyhow, it's my tangent, my little rant about the goofball Pride Parade. Just going north on Runnymede Road. I don't know if I mentioned that. Headed back to my area.